What's up, everyone? It's a beautiful day here in New Jersey. Over here in the back we have the view of New York. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to show you around. This is the rooftop of the office building that we have. It's just a very chill spot. I figured change up the scenery for wherever I record from every now and then. The office that we have here is for Color Sound. As some of you guys may know, I'm co-owner of two businesses. One is Color Sound and the other one is Mars Laboratory. Color Sound is a marketing company. We work with creators all over the US. We work with multiple brands, like big companies. And then we also, have a tech repair business, as a lot of you guys already know. And what we mainly do there is mobile repairs, like phones, computers, gaming consoles, tablets, and more. Well, the office here that we have is specifically for the marketing company. Here we have a small team where we process and everything. This is where we do all our brainstorming. This is where we pretty much run everything. We have clients fly in. This is where we bring them to talk business and to talk, about marketing. The interesting part about this building is that we get to meet a lot of entrepreneurs as well, a lot of business owners, and we find ways to collaborate with them. We're excited to be working with the company here that pretty much has all the camera gear that we need, microphones and stuff like that to make podcasts and nice videos for you guys. So those videos are, we have something in store for the Color Sound channel, and we're also planning to step it up on the content for YouTube for personal branding and also for Mars on the Mars Laboratory page as well. We're definitely taking a deep dive into content creation in the next few months, and I hope you guys like it. So my goal pretty much is to just show as much as I can, not just about tech repair. I want to show more about what I do every day, running two different businesses, and my days are pretty much very, very crazy. They're very all over the place. One day I'm traveling to LA, the other day I'm going to New York, I'm going to marketing events, networking events, and then I'm going to repairing tech, hiring, creating websites for small businesses, because we also do not only do we work with creators, but we also work with small local businesses, helping them grow their business branding. And so my day-to-day is pretty crazy, it's all over the place. So I try my best to keep myself organized. So we're getting to a point where I have to automate a lot of things and delegate a lot of things because the workload is insane. So I need to be able to focus on the bigger things. But I want to be sharing a lot about what I do, how I do it, the different adventures I have. I have a networking event. It's an annual cruise that's for business owners in the city. So I'll be attending that in a few days. I'm not sure if the video will be posted by then or not, but I will be attending that, and I will definitely be vlogging my experience the best that I can. Of course, I'm not trying to vlog while I'm trying to network, but I'm going to do my best to show you guys the different adventures that I have as I grow these two businesses with my brother. My brother's name is Dylan Saborio. I'm Danny Saborio, and we do a lot of this stuff together. And I know that a lot of people say that you shouldn't mix business and family and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, we have our hurdles to cross, but I couldn't ask for a better business partner. So we are where we are today because we work together one way or another. So, and we try our best to communicate a lot, and we try our best to at the end of the day know that we're here for each other, because nobody else will be here for us as much as we are for each other. So definitely got to give the credit where it's due as well. So just so you guys know, I'm not doing this all alone. It's a team effort. So today's topic of the day of this video is pretty much grinding. That's all I got to talk about basically. I do a lot, and I have two different types of input from people around me, and I'm noticing that at first I thought it was coming from a good place, and don't get me wrong, it probably is, but I realized that it's also working against me. So because I do a lot and I'm always running around, not only am I trying to keep up with Mars and its repairs, but I'm also trying to keep up with the marketing company, and there's times where I have to travel. I went to Costa Rica, I went to California in the last couple months for Color Sound, and of course that's gonna, getting away is great and all, but in terms of running two businesses, especially one that's a local business, it's very, very stressful. So what happens, I used to fall behind a lot, and I realized that I can't, be doing that because, I have so much going on. So that means now I have to work smart, not harder, but smarter. And I, basically just fast forward a lot of the automations, a lot of the systems that I have put in place. And when I went to California not too long ago, it wasn't as difficult. I wasn't struggling as much because I had put a lot of systems in place. And when you're stressed out, sometimes you got to vent to, you vent to people, your friends, your family. And I realized that I was getting a lot of mixed responses. Some people were saying, you got this, you're doing great, just keep going, don't give up. And then you have people telling you that you do too much, that you need to stop, you need to slow down, you need to take breaks. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to take mental health breaks and it's okay to take some time off, but when you're trying to build something, taking days off could mean setting yourself back for days or for weeks. And I noticed that certain type of people were telling me, oh, you're doing too much, you gotta slow down, or you gotta stop working so much. But the thing is that to come to some level of success in any business, you have to grind it out. You have to sacrifice. Forget about what you want. Forget about being tired. Forget about being all that. You have to keep pushing through, because the only person that's going to do that for you is yourself. If your friends and family are working W-2 jobs and they take a day off, the business continues and they get paid. When a business person that's trying to make it takes a day off, the business does not continue unless people hired. But the business does not continue and you don't get paid. So it's a completely different story. And if you're like a solopreneur, if you don't work, your bills don't get paid. So, you have to grind it out. You have to be willing to sacrifice being uncomfortable for some time in order to get the success that you want to see. If you look at the statistics for failure for small businesses, in like the first 5 to 10 years, the majority, in the first 10 years, over 90% of small businesses fail. That's pretty much almost all of them. So you got to be special. You got to be different. You got to really grind it out, not just for a year, not for 2 years, not for just 5, but for 10 plus years. It's a commitment that goes beyond yourself. And as you get employees, the commitment extends to them, because now you're responsible for putting money in their pockets so they can feed their families and support their dreams. It's a grind that's never going to stop. It's a grind that we sign up for from day one, and it's a grind that I don't think a regular person is ever going to really truly understand. And that's okay. We all come from different places, we all have different goals, but as inspiring entrepreneurs, we have to not let the judgment of others that are not on the same path affect you, because it could literally ruin everything. If I was listening to everybody that told me take time off, take breaks, you gotta, don't work as much, don't do this, then I don't think I would be where I am today. And I'm not saying that I'm super successful or anything like that. I don't think that some people really truly understand the amount of work that it takes. And when you want something like this, when you want to succeed, you don't want to take days off. It's like you really prioritize it in your life, and you say, no, I'm going to make this happen. Every day this has to happen, and I have to do this and I have to do that. Grind it out. If you're working a full-time job and you're also working on your side business, specifically if you're doing a repair business, a marketing business, or whatever that you have going on, grind it out. I know it's going to suck. You're going to be tired after work to go work on your hustle. But you know what? When you sacrifice those hours every single day, and then you start seeing improvements, and you start growing your customer list, and your money and your pockets are bigger, eventually you get to the point where you can quit your job, you can buy yourself some time, and then now you can double down on what you've been doing for some time. And once you do that, and you start hiring out, things are going to change for you, and you're going to live the lifestyle that you really want to live. It only takes 6 months. It takes 6 months of grinding out to start seeing a huge difference at the beginning. As you grow and as you expand, things are going to change, of course, but you have to be willing to put up the work. You have to be willing to try. You have to be willing to fight the urges to go take an extra nap, to go to bed early, to not be healthy, to not work as much, go partying instead of, staying up late to catch up on your work, going out with friends and spending money instead of putting the money into your business. You have to fight those urges. I know at the beginning it's hard. Of course, be mindful of your mental health. Your mental health does matter, but you have to have the discipline to understand the difference of you just being lazy versus, taking care of your mental health. Because at some point in time, you're gonna be like, if you're the type of person who doesn't have the discipline initially, it's gonna be hard to distinguish both. And when you're by yourself, the accountability is not gonna always be there. So you have to be your own judge. You have to be your own, accountability partner, at least at the beginning. And and it's hard to be disciplined at first. I still struggle with it from time to time. It's not something that's, some people are really good at it, some people are not. Just you have to understand what your weaknesses are so that way you can actually work on them. So for me, discipline is one of the hardest things. I'm still very productive, I'm still very efficient, but there are times where I feel like I could be way more productive, way more efficient, but sometimes I fail, and I do my best to learn from that and to do better and to work harder for my businesses, because if I don't do it, nobody else will. And I say that if you don't do it, nobody else will. And I say that because even though, I do this with my brother and we do have some employees, at the end of the day, we all have our part to play in the bigger picture. And if I don't do my part, not only do I let myself down, but I let my team down, and I let my brother down, and I let everybody else who's counting on me down, my customers down, my clients, everybody. So accountability is so important. Discipline is very important. We have to do our best to keep pushing forward, because we all have a part to do. So go do your part. Whatever business you're trying to start, if it's a tech repair business or it's a marketing company, another service-based business, just do what you got to do every single day. Pre-plan, make a list, and say these things have to get done today, and just do your best to go through all of them. If you don't do it, at least just get through the most important first, and then next day, get back on track. But because the day-to-days could be full of surprises sometimes. So be disciplined as much as you can, pre-plan, and just be efficient with your time, be efficient with your money. Every dollar counts. When you're budgeting for, your personal finances, most people typically budget month per month. Maybe if they're planning to save for a trip or something, it might extend a couple months. Maybe they're just throwing it on a credit card and paying it off in a couple months, a year, whatever. But when you're planning for business, every dollar counts, because you don't know when your sales are not consistent. You don't know when your next dollar is going to come in. So you have to plan so much ahead, because business has its ups and it has its downs. So that's all I got to say for today. Keep on grinding, don't give up, and just keep pushing, guys, because it may not feel like it sometimes, but when you look back, you're gonna be like, wow, look at all this improvement that you had. And it doesn't matter what pace that was at. Just keep on going, okay? Keep on going, and then in 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you'll be surprised where the heck you are. So keep on doing what you're doing. Don't give up, and I'll see you guys in the side of success.